Pizzas are a real family favourite and they're so easy to make at home. I love having pizza parties with my children. And firstly, we need to make a good yeast dough for the pizza. For that, we need strong flour. I'm using the Italian 00 flour, which is the double refined flour. So in that goes into my bowl.
I'm using powdered yeast. It's pretty easy to use and there's no real science to it. And you can get it in your local supermarket.
So mix your salt in well, make a well, pour in your yeast mixture, put your hand in and bring it together. So the dough needs to be kneaded for about 10 minutes. So the best way to do that is to put a little bit of flour on the work surface, the dough out. And if the dough becomes a little sticky, just keep flouring your hands. This is better than any aerobics class. And I'll have my own pizza at the end of it. And I'm going to pop it back into the bowl with just a drizzle of olive oil, because as it expands, I don't want the dough to stick to the sides. And all we need now is some cling film over it, or a damp tea towel, but certainly something to keep the air from it. So this needs to go into a warm place for about 2 hours to rise.
The next part of the process, it's called knocking back, and it simply means just taking out the excess air, and it gives you a lovely thin base.
I have another little tip. When I'm rolling the dough out, I usually don't put any flour underneath because it just helps to get a thinner base. The dough sticks slightly to the board. Otherwise, with flour underneath, it just keeps springing back on me. And this is our stock tomato sauce, which is just garlic, passata, basil, olive oil, salt, pepper and a little sugar.
I'm using a lovely piece of mozzarella cheese here.
A lot of people don't think about making their own pizza at home because it's so easy to buy one. But it's great fun to make your own dough. Just make it a little bit in advance. But the real fun in a family is rolling it out and putting your own toppings on it. Perfect. There's nothing else for the moment. I have my oven on at 200 degrees, 230 in a regular oven. And I'm expecting my pizza to be done in about 7 to 10 minutes.
I cook my pizzas on an upturned tray. I find it much easier just to roll them in and out of the oven, and then they just slide straight onto the chopping board. The mozzarella has melted perfectly. And to finish, just add a taste of Parma or prosciutto with a lovely handful of peppery rocket. And of course, a drizzle of some extra virgin olive oil. Now this just happens to be my favourite pizza, but of course it's any topping you like when it comes to pizzas. That's the fun of making your own at home.